Hello once again to the next play log for Star Fox 64. We just got done kicking Andross's butt back on Venom, and now we're going through the Lilat system again. This time we're going through the middle, so it will be the medium path. And we got to Katina via the warp from, Medio. And we're here to help out the Cornerians fight off Andross's forces. And Fox meets up with an old friend of his, and his name is Bill.
Fox, you made it.
And yep, Fox is extremely glad to see him.
I can't believe it.
We don't really get any
Later, Fox.
background story between them, but it's nice to know that, Fox does indeed have a past, and he does meet people along the way. And Bill is one of the two allies that you can get in the game that aren't part of Star Fox. The other one will meet on the hard path, and I won't say who it is for now, just to keep the surprise up.
I won't let you get away from me.
And you can, if you take a look at the map, you'll notice that there's a whole bunch of dots, but not all of them are enemies. Some of them are the Cornerian fighters flying around, which you can actually shoot down. Doesn't give you any bonus and any penalties for doing that, but Bill will not be happy about that.
Hey, he was mine.
And now we've got the mothership
Get away from me.
approaching the base, and it's gonna drop off a contingent of fighters for us to have to deal with. Look how massive it is. It's just your typical flying saucer too. And now we've got the ship arriving, and it's casting a big shadow over the Cornerian base, giving you an idea of just how massive it is. We've got the launch bays opening up, and out come the fighters. And now our objective is to take down the mothership. Excuse me.
On the underside.
And best way to rack up the points is to use smart bombs in the middle of the
The hatches are open.
flying field, of the battlefield. Excuse me. It'll take out a whole bunch
Don't worry about me, Fox.
of bad guys all at once. Oh wow, I am so sorry for all of the lapses in the conversation right now. But we're just gonna keep on flying around a little bit and just take out as many of the enemies as we can.
Husky unit, cover the base.
Fun fact, apparently this course was
The hatches are
based
open.
off of the movie Independence Day, and Bill is actually named after the protagonist, one of the protagonists of the movie, played by Will Smith. I think his name is
Husky unit, cover the
William Gray. So we're just gonna keep on taking down the enemies,
hatches are open.
and every time we take down a few enemies, the enemy hatches will open. If we start shooting at them, we can blow them up and reduce the amount of enemies that fly out. But we don't want to destroy all of them, because the high score limit here is 150, and we're not even halfway there yet.
The hatches are open.
So we gotta keep letting the enemies come out and try to attack us. The moment you destroy the second hatch,
I won't let you get
Rob will come in and give you a call and do a supply drop.
all units report.
But yeah, for the most part, we're just flying around, taking care of these enemies.
You're not getting away that easy.
And yeah, this was always a level that I did not enjoy doing the high score for because of the tedium of it. It's even worse on the 3DS remake, because if you do the score attack mode, the normal high score limit for the campaign and stuff, that only counts as the silver level. If you want to get it like super high score with a gold medal,
Hatches are open.
you have to get it up to, I believe it was 190 points on the hardest difficulty. So that makes things a little cumbersome, a little annoying trying to get your point total up that high. But at least with this, with the campaign mode,
All units
we don't have such strict stipulations. And if I remember right, in this playthrough, I didn't actually take down all the hatches,
Getting away that easy.
because there's a point where the mothership just decides, screw it. Like right there it is.
Hey, he was
And then after that, it begins charging up its cannon.
stand by to attack.
Alright, and now we just gotta make sure that, you know, the Cornerian base doesn't blow up.
I'm on your
And to do that, we need to attack the core that's now visible in the middle of the ship.
Hurry up. Take out that core.
Thankfully, we don't have too much left to do, but since I still have some time left, I'm going to
Take out that core.
take out a few more enemies. And there we go. Getting close to taking it out. And now I just don't really care if I shoot down any Cornerian fighters. And let's take it out.
There's not much
And we'll
time left.
and I'll show what happens when the mothership actually gets a chance to fire. That's an automatic mission fail, and it sends you along the Sector X path. But let's see everything that happens here first. And since I shot down a lot of Bill's wingmates, not a lot of the Cornerian fighters show up in here. But if I shoot down none of them, you'll get a different response. Because see, right now, it's just like, take care, Fox. And there's not too much said between them. They just kind of acknowledge each other and they fly off. But if you actually manage to spare all of the Cornerian fighters, as in don't shoot down a single one of them, then you get a different response. And we'll get to that when the video gets to that. But first we're going to see what happens to the Cornerian base when we decide to not save it as soon as we get to it. Here we go.
Hurry up. Take out that core.
And you can see it's flipping upside down. There's a giant energy cannon up top. Kind of ominous.
Fuck. Get out of here
Although,
now.
you know, what's stopping the R-Wings from
All
just
aircraft break away.
flying up to the top and taking out the core while it's just upside down like that? And we can see that cannon starting to charge up. And just like that, the Cornerian base is destroyed. And this is definitely not a good sign. Bill is nowhere to be seen. But don't worry, he actually survives. When you go to Sector X and you take the left path towards the warp,
Dang.
it'll be revealed that he survived the events.
Don't get you down, Fox.
And we fly off back into the Lilat system to continue our journey against Andros, now knowing just how powerful his forces can be. And now, after that, we're going to see what happens when we win and we don't shoot down any pilots.
I'm glad we're on the same team, Fox. You owe me
There's a
one.
lot more respect between the two. There goes the rest of the squadron. You see there's a lot more surviving ships. We fly off into the distance. And with that, Katina is complete. And we move on to Solar, where Andros has, for whatever reason, decided to build bioweapons and place them onto the star. But we'll see all of that next time on the next episode of the Play Log, so I'll see you soon.